what's up, everyone? Welcome to Let's Be Real. I am Joe Manu.
This is Big Shark. My people, the Luka. I'm here.
Yes. It's your boy Ak. We back, man. We here, man.
Yo, good to have you back, Ak, man. Everything
Appreciate
good?
it,
Everything good?
Peace, brother.
Great.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. So this is episode 154, and this episode is called Maximum Effort. And if you're wondering what the name is about, right? There's some maximum efforts on multiple points in these topics that we have today, right? We got some Deon Sanders and Nick Saban. I think Nick Saban was using some maximum effort when he was reaching against Jimbo Fisher and Deon Sanders. And then you got the playoffs where this is the most important time of the year for the NBA to use maximum effort. And then we want to talk a little bit. We wanted to touch on it last week, but we couldn't. We ran a little bit too long about the James Harden and the max contract situation and his minimal effort of giving maximum effort. So this is what episode 154 is about. All right, gentlemen, let's start off with the Nick Saban thing. What's going on with that, man? He's coming at Jimbo. He's then coming at Deon. I'm looking at it like it's a bit of a racial issue. I don't know, but I'm not liking it, man. What do you guys think? I'm gonna start off with
Yeah, man. Yo, this whole Nick Saban and Deon situation is pretty tough because he, at the end of the day, he used Deon as a pawn in his ultimate goal in this whole situation. It was quite unfair. So he didn't even think about the race card, or did he even care? You know what I'm saying? So that's what drew the bigger issue. He brought out his fellow Fisher, claiming
Jimbo
Fisher. Claiming they were paying for these high recruits and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's all results to it. Nick Saban has just always been a sore loser. You know, he doesn't like to lose on any level of playing field, like when it comes to recruit. So now he's a little concerned. Now these HBCUs and all these they're getting these high talent athletes, so he's not able to coerce and bring these there to this Alabama camp, which has been successful for multiple years. It's almost like you go to Alabama defense, whatever. You're damn near a guaranteed top 10 draft pick. Why won't these kids go there? Why won't these brothers go there? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, take my mama. I'm gonna take my mama out the hood. I'm gonna go. Yeah. What's up, Nick Saban?
Yeah.
So it's one of those where it took one athlete to like take the risk, and you know what? I believe in my talent, and I believe in Deon, and I'm gonna go take it there, and I'm gonna go to this HBCU and show the world my talents. Now they have no choice but to even put me on. Come on, I'm highly recruited. You're gonna have to put me on TV. You're gonna have to put this HBCU on TV.
I agree.
So it's just a whole situation where now the playing field is kind of being evened, and Nick Saban isn't. He's losing that power.
It's like, I'm mad.
Yeah, so
I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take it anymore.
Yeah. So the God is the God himself, Nick Saban of college football.
Or the czar, as Jimbo said.
Yes.
Czar.
Go ahead, Sherman. Looks like you want to allude to something.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't even know why Nick Saban did this to himself. I watched Goodfellas this morning, and I said,
just randomly?
No, it was on TV.
Oh, I that was my next question. I was like, you just ain't
TV, bro.
You just
That's
ain't
very time appropriate.
Yeah.
A lot of snitching went on in that thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Then we got 6ix9ine type of snitching.
Oh my goodness.
And then we get this type of snitching. Nick Saban, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you even dare open Pandora's box, knowing that Jimbo knows what you know? And what Prime knows what you know. You worked with Deon on the Aflac commercial. You know how Prime gets. You
That's true.
cannot sit out here and sit there and say, "Oh, how is he getting these players and how he get?" It's recruiting, and the NIL has leveled the playing field so much now that guys, even like Nick Saban, Azar, like Jimbo said, Azar is getting tight because he can't use the tactics. Oh wait, alleged tactics to get certain players.
Right.
Now that you have the NIL out there, it's basically
Yeah.
so when you get all the things together now this is like one of the first few times Nick Saban has never had a top recruiting class. Oh, he just has a second top recruiting class. Like, come on, Nick. What are we talking about? You're just mad because now there are true options for Prime. But anyway, people, this is prime time. This is Deon, as AK said, this is Deon Sanders. Who don't want to learn from the Hall of Famer?
Come on now.
Come on.
Go ahead, Big Sean. Go ahead, Big Sean. I'm sorry.
You have a chance to work with one of the greatest players in the history of the league. And in college football too. Florida State is my favorite team. And when he was man, let me tell you something. When it was prime time, it was prime time.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they want to learn from this man?
Arguably top 10 athletes of all time.
Oh yeah.
Why would you want to learn from this man?
Yeah.
And I just feel like Nick Saban opened up Pandora's box. Because if they want to, and the NCAA ain't going to want to because it is a blue blood of college football, they ain't going to investigate Nick.
Yeah, so that was my next thing I wanted to ask, right? When Jimbo was talking, Jimbo was kind of like, if you go into Nick Saban background, right? Like, is that something now that's gonna happen? Because like Jimbo's like, hey man, you pointing the fingers at me, but you should be pointing the fingers back at yourself. Because your ascension.
Know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure there's some smoke in there, you know?
Oh yeah, of course. And my thing with the Deon thing, right? Like now, including Deon, like makes it like a racial thing, right? Yeah. And I'm like, he wouldn't be able to recruit these guys.
Absolutely.
Right? The charisma,
the style, the pizzazz,
the way he plays the game. You know what I'm saying? His ability, right? The Rooney Rule was implemented, I believe, in 2003 to hire to interview minority candidates for executive positions and head coaching positions, right? Hasn't been the great whole Brian Flores thing, right? But I was watching another podcast with Deon on it. I Am an Athlete is a pretty popular one, right? Yeah. And then he was talking about, listen, athletes have to come to these. Kareem most definitely, but now since you can see things more so often because of social media and how like the world is really connected, right? It's like athletes are more conscious about where they want to spend their dollars, who they want to play for, right? And he could bring that athlete over here. He doesn't need to go to this big time program, right? He could come to this HBCU because your game travels, right? That's one of the things they say about any baller. Your game travels. So all of a sudden, you got a top recruit. He decided to go to Jackson State instead of Alabama. What happens? You're going to have to televise those games. You may not televise as much, but you televise more of those games than you did last year.
Yeah.
Right? So it's that snowball effect where Primetime was talking about on the I'm an Athlete podcast, on that podcast, where it's like he's starting to trend. I think there was even like a top high school athlete was talking about he's thinking about going to HBCU. Was it Mikey Williams? Yeah, Mikey Williams. These athletes are more like, yo, I'm black and I'm proud. And it's more so of that now. And then you got guys who's spearheading it like Primetime with the HBCU, with going even coaching Jackson State and getting the top recruit wide receiver. Listen, man, this could be a thing where they're going to start televising more of those HBCU games. You know what I'm saying?
But this is what and that's what I was telling you from the get-go, Joe, last year when Mike was talking about this.
Yeah.
Because I said,
you got no choice.
No choice.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. So we touched on a little bit. We touched on that. Let's touch on something we was talking about last time. Well, we wanted to get to last time before the games. I think 9 for 13, something along those lines. He doesn't have the greatest track record these past 2 years would want him to leave Houston and then turn it around because of the vaccine mandate or the private sector mandate in New York City, and Kyrie not opting to get vaccinated, then left Brooklyn, right? In Philly, right? And in that elimination game, Joel was, obviously Joel was injured, so he had to be a decoy. So there's no blame, at least on my part, in my opinion, on Joel who wouldn't shoot. And now James Harden's looking for a max deal, and I'm thinking like, do you guys think he deserved it? Do you think that he was just dogging it a little bit, and now he'll be back ready to play with another season under the belt?
Spoke about this already last week, but I'm gonna give occasion. But let me say real quick. I'm gonna reiterate what I said. James Harden's gonna sign his deal, his player option. Because nobody's not giving him no $40 million. Yeah. Nobody. I mean, Russ could do it in LA, and it'd be the only way they can get a few pieces. Yeah. But for James, he's gonna sign the player option, right? Mm-hmm. I give him an ultimatum. Like, James, if we win NBA championship, we will give you that extra 4 years combined. He's going to sign the player option. Okay. And then he's going to get an extension for like 4 or 5 years for 2 more. So it'll make everything 270, 280.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
And are you really going to sit there and produce and put your future on that guy that showed you just now? He's disappearing left and right, time and time again, like David Copperfield.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, come on, man. But where do we?
Chicken wings.
Apparently, that 30-point game, he went to a party the other night. I said, listen, y'all gotta get this man his super prize, and that's what I asked. $1 million worth of game. Like I said before, I said, Gilly, I know you're a family man, but get one of your partners to get James into these clubs, wherever it makes you feel good by himself. If you gotta throw $10,000, $20,000, that's fine. But getting him back to Houston
needs that on the crazy thing to me. Right? Well, go ahead first before I jump back in.
No, but supposed to for the Supermax, they're giving him 5 years, and then he would total like 270. So these deals they project. They're supposed to be future projected deals as far as your. So we don't see James Harden getting better than what he is right now. We actually see him on the decline. So he's actually in a bad spot as far as like negotiating, bro.
AK, 1 second. He did say, I did see passing through the interrupts. He did say, oh man, I wasn't in shape. I wasn't thinking whatever the case may be, but watch next year. I'm coming back. And I looked at like,
oh shit,
Negro.
You know what though? I say to that, because he know his contract is looking just as almost as bad as Westbrook's. Westbrook is like a year removed from the league. I promise you. If he doesn't show a significant,
don't do that to West.
I'm gonna tell you why. No championship contending team is gonna go for Westbrook. No team with a young point guard like a Ja Morant or Luka Doncic or maybe Orlando. They got Jalen Suggs over there as their future. I don't know how that's gonna work out. I watched a couple games. You could use Westbrook over there to get some dollars. He's just an attraction at this point.
Yeah, right. How did he fall so fat? Attraction?
Son,
I don't believe it, man.
I love Westbrook, bro.
Yeah,
I love Westbrook, bro. But the problem with Westbrook, we're getting off the topic a little bit. The problem with Westbrook, he can't shoot the ball and he can't defend. The thing that is saving face for James Harden right now is that when he was engaged in Brooklyn, he looked pretty well. Right, he was like last year. He was third in MVP voting.
He was
third. He was I think so. I might be wrong, but I think he's one of the top vote getters for MVP.
Bro, he was balling.
Not the last year. Last season.
My thing is this: he morphed his game when he came to Brooklyn. He had to morph his game, and there were a couple of games with him and Kyrie.
This is rolling OKC.
Right.
Scotty Brooks used to let him close games because James Harden was the best facilitator on the team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So did James Harden really change his game? Because that was his game when he was in OKC.
But when he got to Houston, he was firing from everywhere.
And the problem is that step back that he does, I was talking to my barber the other day about it. That step back ain't a natural move. And if you ain't got the legs under you, you're not gonna get that effective lift off the step back. Right? You're not, because you gotta step back and then you gotta shoot. And when it comes to shooting, it's all in your legs. And he doesn't have the blow by speed because of that. First of all, he got a little heavier, right? And then he's dealing with the hamstring injury still. But the reason why he's dealing with the hamstring injury because he didn't get in shape. He didn't
on the show. Maybe he go on the CP3 vegan thing. Maybe
listen,
not, because it after what I saw.
Listen, we're gonna switch it. We're gonna switch it up a little. But I mean, okay. So, Sherm, you giving him a max deal?
He has to win the NBA championship. That's the only way I'm giving it to him.
All right, that's a little bit much. You can't even hit the Eastern Conference Finals, though.
No,
like bro, NBA championship. Like Sherman is like all or nothing.
It has to.
So now you're asking him in his latter career, post injury, to do something he's never done before.
That's hard.
That man don't deserve no max, dog.
That's his problem because he set us up that way.
You're right
he's
about
still
that.
gonna get paid.
We're gonna give you $240 million, and we have Embiid over here wasting away. He's gonna sit there and give you probably 25, 12, and probably 4 assists every year, and have his career wasted because we waste our time on your dumbass sitting there not being in shape.
So my thing is then, right? So how NBA salary cap work, right?
Language.
Like,
I swear.
Oh, sorry. Why would he pay that guy? NBA teams have to meet a minimum of the salary cap. They have to spend a certain amount of money, right? So when you see a guy get an albatross contract, you're kind of like, I wouldn't give him that money. But the rules dictate that you gotta hit that ceiling. You can't hold on to that money, right? So my question then, if not James Harden, then who?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Because
hell. Trade for freaking Damian Lillard, for crying out loud.
You could do a sign and trade. That could work.
Something.
That could work. I don't know how the strip clubs are in Portland, Oregon.
Portland don't want no Harden, bro. They don't want no Harden, bro.
Listen, they on a reset, man. So they could probably do. I mean, listen, I rather Dame than James, because I think right now, when you look at credibility, if you're comparing Dame and James Harden, I just think James is bad for a franchise because if anything goes wrong, he will dog it, right? He did it twice. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So before we come at Ben, let's look at what James Harden did in the past 13 months. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it like that, you know what I mean? So it's like you could do a sign and trade for Dame. That would be actually fucking terrific. That's not a bad idea.
Language.
Sorry. That would be a great idea. Do a sign and trade. That's how you could get that done. To bring a quality play, because we know Dame will play. And listen, I mean, I know he had like some stomach issues this season that kept him out for most of this season. But honestly, I think they saving him to trade him. You know what I mean? Like they're saving him health wise to trade him, because once you got rid of his running mate in CJ McCollum, I knew it was end. His career. No, he does. Listen, Dame is definitely cut from that old school claw.
He got that claw.
He got that different claw. He not LeBron. He not KD. You know, he more like the Stephens. The problem is nobody's really asking or telling Dame how good are the chicken wings in Portland, Oregon.
No. Buddy. Listen, I ain't gonna let you sit.
Play once. I took my family one time. That was a good game.
Nice.
Or he need to go to the Lake Show. You know what I'm saying? Because Laker Nation could use him over there.
So hold on. So wait. So who should make the trade first? Should LA make the trade and give up Westbrook, or should Philly give up Harden to get
the level guy?
Yeah.
Right. But the fact that Westbrook inability to shoot the ball is a problem to me. I would triple-double. Listen, they might have some good chicken wings in Portland, Oregon. You could go over there. You know, you could go. Listen, he's a small town guy. We know the bright lights ain't good for him, because if you trade Westbrook,
James Harden cannot. They will eat him alive out there.
No, I'm saying we're talking about Westbrook. We're talking about Westbrook, and then we go to the playoffs, because we're supposed to be talking about some playoff basketball. You would have Westbrook would be perfect for Portland, and Dame Dollars, because of the cloth that he's cut from. Right, he's just a different Zach LaVine. Most likely sign and trade because Lakers have no cap space to sign him out, right? Because Zach is a free agent coming up. If I'm Zach, that Bulls team was really exciting this year and they were really good. And I know they got out the first round, but they should.
I'm hearing he don't want to play He don't want to play second fiddle to DeMar.
See?
So
listen, bro. That's a problem I have with today's NBA.
Yeah, he don't want to be the second guy
of basketball. Second fiddle. If you look at the top 4 guys in the playoffs, right now, Jason Tatum, Boston Celtics. You got Luka Doncic in Dallas,
Jimmy
right?
Butler.
You got Jimmy Butler in Miami, and you got Steph Curry in Golden State, right? Who's the guy that's second fiddle, man? Out of those 4 guys I just listed.
But here's to your point, all those guys don't mind being second fiddle because they know it's the common goal at the end of the day.
No.
No, those guys are the legit superstars.
No, wait a minute.
Those are the legit superstars. You're not answering my question.
Wait. You talking about
who out of those 4 guys would you consider the least of a superstar?
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. When I say second fiddle,
it's Jimmy Butler.
But it's Jimmy Butler, right? So the thing I love about Jimmy Butler, right? And you just talked about what we just talked about, Zach LaVine not wanting to play second fiddle.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, out of the playoffs, ain't nobody expecting Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat to win it all. But you know what? Jimmy ain't worried about that.
That's right.
And that's the problem I have, guys, with Zach LaVine. You worrying about a 32-year-old guy who, he got some resemblance of his game, right? You're like 25, 26, and you don't want to play second fiddle? You know how you don't play second fiddle? You will yourself and you play better basketball than your counterpart.
He can be a number one,
Zach LaVine can be a number one. That's what I'm saying.
He can be a number one.
See? Ain't no way he going being the lead man no more like that, bro. You can't. If DeMar DeRozan is the man in Chicago.
Yeah.
So
but the thing is, he can be a number one, bro. If he just change, all of this is changing your mindset. And that's why I love Jimmy Butler so much, right? Jimmy Butler is literally willing his team. And that rubs off on his teammates, right? Because in game 3, Bam Adebayo was like, all right, well, our superstar is down at the halfway point right now, right? With some inflammation in the knee. Bam Adebayo goes for 31, 11, and 6 assists.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That Heat culture, man.
Bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always look at Tatum and be like, damn, bro, you wearing the wrong jersey. Like, you could just take Kuzma's jersey, man. You could take Kuzma's jersey, you know what I'm saying, in LA, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I love Jimmins.
Yeah.
And that's why when, a couple years ago, when he left to go to Miami, niggas was like, you bugging.
Word.
Like, you ain't gonna win nothing over there.
It was the worst decision Philadelphia ever made.
Oh, yeah. That shit came back to haunt him. That shit came back. But that's the thing. As a leader, even if you're not the superstar, which Jimmy Butler is the superstar for that team, they're going to follow you. They're going to fall in line. And you got Miami versus Boston. I got Miami winning the series.
I have Miami winning the 7.
I got them winning the whole Golden State, right? Steph Curry had 30-plus points. Kevon Looney came in with 21 and 11 rebounds, right? And then you had Jordan Poole off the bench dropping 23. Luka ain't ready from them boys. Andrew Wiggins is questionable for tonight. He's been the primary defender on Luka Doncic, but he's not there tonight. So Luka may have a game and Dallas may win. They are playing in Dallas tonight, but I think Miami got it. I think it's going to be a Miami Golden State series, and I think Miami's going to take it over.
Wiggins been balling.
Yeah,
Wiggins been balling. Wiggins only 27. Remember, he was the number 1 overall pick. Sometimes guys just don't have the dog in them, so they can't be a number 1 guy. They got they got A1 talent, but they don't got A1 personality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like you can't be a dog because your talent will only take you so far. It's got to be mental.
And that's what makes Jimmy.
That's what made Jimmy, bro.
Jimmy's not A1 talent
He's-
per
Jimmy-
se.
He's
But
not
he's
A1
a
talent.
dog.
Jim-
He's a
He's a
dog.
dog.
Jimmy Butler comes from the old school cloth. Why you
Yeah,
think Pat
oh, yeah.
Riley loves him so much?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He reminds him of one of those Knicks players he had when he was coaching.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
He like a Charles Oakley with talent. Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
nah, man. Listen, I
But wait
want to
a
thank
minute.
you. Oh,
Wait,
go ahead. Go. We got
before
to
we
wrap
go.
it up though. Go ahead.
I know. If Luka ends up getting swept, it won't be for nothing. But
Highly possible.
every free agent out there should be looking to go to Dallas. That is.
Oh yes.
That is
I
the
agree.
place to go.
I agree. They got
That's
some
just because
capital.
only Luka, just for Jason Kidd is a hell of a coach, bro.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Giannis attributes a lot of his recent success to his time with Jason Kidd in Milwaukee, man. You know, but listen, it's a beautiful Sunday. I want to thank you guys for tuning into another episode. This episode was really great. Even if you want to do suggested topics, sometimes we could get a little bit redundant on this show
Help us
with
out,
our topics.
baby.
So some fresh new blood would be fantastic. Make sure to check out the Facebook blog where Big Sherm does a really good job of posting content. And that's going to be a thing until he gets swept or gentleman sweep. So, but yeah, check out Big Sherm's post on Facebook where he does a good job posting content between the episodes. Hit us up on Instagram. Check us on YouTube, and we'll have, if you didn't catch it or you're catching the tail end of this episode, to make sure to catch it on YouTube on Wednesday. You guys enjoy your Sunday. It's a beautiful day. Do not get anybody pregnant. Peace.
Wrap it up.